Hi everyone, this is Dr. Amina Aitsi-Selmi for another episode of Wise Wednesdays. Today I want to talk about one of the most important tools to detox from unhealthy work cultures or any kind of negative influence. One of the reasons we don't make the best decisions in our lives is because we're in what's called limbic hijack. And that is when the mammalian reptilian brain, that's the older part of the brain, hijacks the whole brain. And the newer part of the brain, the neocortex, doesn't operate as well. That's the part of the brain that holds empathy, that can reason and think long term. And the tool that is really effective to help us undo or deactivate the limbic hijack that's been developed over thousands of years and that's been scientifically demonstrated to work is meditation. What does meditation do? It helps us develop mindfulness. What is mindfulness? It's the ability to pay attention to what's happening in the present moment without adding layers of judgment and stories that actually make things worse and make us more agitated, cloud our judgment, and remove any kind of clarity we might have to make a decision or a good decision. So I highly recommend meditating. It doesn't have to be long. There are lots of apps these days. You can go to a group. It can just be a few moments of your day. If you don't have time to meditate, and I have to emphasize that when I coach clients, when I work with clients, I strongly recommend that they start a meditation practice or some kind of mindfulness practice. And if you realize that it's hard for you to meditate, then you've already meditated, because noticing that it's hard is noticing, and that is mindfulness. But if you really can't bear to sit down and be still for a few moments, then here are 4 other things you can do to develop your mindfulness. Number 1, breathe deeply at any chance you get. Take pauses throughout your day. Take a moment after you finish something to just take a few deep breaths. That activates your parasympathetic nervous system and deactivates or balances out the sympathetic nervous system, which is the one that is about fight or flight and can push us into taking actions that we later regret. So take a few deep breaths several times a day whenever you can. Number 2, spend time in nature. Spending time in peaceful, beautiful environments, noticing the natural environment reconnects us to the present moment. It helps us to remember that we're safe and that we're okay. There isn't a tiger chasing you at this moment, and that helps you be calm and start to deactivate that limbic hijack and recover clarity. Number 3, exercise. If you want to come back to your body, which therefore brings you back to the present moment, there's nothing better than exercise. Exercise has also been demonstrated to release all sorts of, to release endorphins, which help you feel good and therefore help you feel better and safer, and therefore calm your mammalian reptilian brain and deactivate the limbic hijack. So exercising regularly, whichever form of exercise you like. But making sure that you're making some kind of effort, that you're paying attention to what's going on with your body will help. Number 4, do one thing at a time. Multitasking is a myth. Your attention cannot do several things at a time. In fact, you're wasting time by doing several things at a time because your attention keeps switching from one thing to another, and that wastes your attention, your time, and your energy. So make sure that if you're doing something, focus completely on it. It doesn't mean you ignore whatever's going on around you, but you're focusing mostly on that thing until you complete it. Then take a break, take a deep breath, and move on to the next thing. So those are 4 things you can do to develop your mindfulness, your clarity, deactivate any kind of limbic hijack. It's that sense of activation that pushes you into making bad decisions or decisions that aren't great and keep you stuck in the wrong job or the wrong situation for longer than you need to. I made a 1-minute meditation a few years ago, and I'll put the link down below if you want to try a little bit of meditation if you haven't before. Thank you very much for paying attention today and for listening to this video. Thank you for your comments and questions. Please keep them coming. Subscribe if you wish to the channel or to Wise Wednesdays through my website, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.